Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Apex Investor, the weekend update edition. From Friday, there was a stock that went up. The big winner was the stock WAFU or WAIFU. 166.53 is the percentage it went up by. The reason I'm mentioning this stock, because a lot of these, I'm noticing a lot of newer stocks just popping out of nowhere. This stock has been in existence for roughly how many months? About less than 2 years, I'd say. About 2 years now. And yeah, these are very risky plays, especially these businesses coming from this specific country here, right there. It's highlighted for you. This is a caveat. This is a warning. Look at the institutional ownership, 0.9%. This is oversold as well. This is a pump and dump. This is very much a pump and dump. So do not chase this. Maybe if you were buying at $1, perhaps, maybe think about it. But personally, even if it was $1, I still think it's a risky play. I don't trust this specific company, not only because it comes from this place, but because it's not in a market that I find has a lot of potential. Perhaps if it was in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin mining, maybe there's a lot of potential, like with companies such as Canaan, CAN, and SOS. So let's move on to the next. That wasn't a value pick, but that was more of a warning than anything else. This stock, let me just take a look at it offline first. Okay, so please disregard that last value pick. That was not a value pick. We're moving right ahead to the meme stocks. Looking at AMC, we have a fluctuation from between $10 to $11.53. Trading sideways for most of Friday. Everyone is holding. It had half the volume, just less than half what it usually gets. And I think that's all we'll say for that. There's nothing post market because it is the weekend. So how will this do on Monday and this coming week? Well, we can see from the support is very strong at $9, and the resistance, we're looking at 14, around the $14 range. That's resistance right now until it really breaks out and does the, goes through the gamma squeeze. So we can see it drop as low as 9 and then highs 14 in the $14 range. So that's my speculation there. Looking at GameStop, it was trading on Friday 163 to 218. So 163, great buy at that price. That was a steal. That was a really good price. And the volume was just under the average, not too far from it. And how will this stock do? Well, we could see the support is very strong. Again, 120. Anything 120 and below, maybe 112 to 120. Very strong support there. Most likely will not go down below 110. And the resistance is looking like 300. So we can expect it to be anywhere between that. Again, if a short squeeze happens, if a gamma squeeze happens, leading to a short squeeze, anything I say regarding the resistance could very well be invalid, because that will trump anything that has happened, because it will go to heights never seen before. And I'm talking about primarily GameStop. AMC will shortly follow on its heels. Okay, so that's all regarding the meme stock. Let's move on to Reddit. Here's another caveat regarding investing in cannabis related stocks. Uncle Bruce correctly said, and he did mention how in Canada, many cannabis related stocks were expected to explode. And to be honest, when we look at what happened in Canada, they really didn't. There's a lot of barriers to their growth. So that's a very big, I'm warning you right now, don't invest in cannabis stocks. It's not a good play. It's not a good market to invest in. Okay, next. This from WallStreetBets. April has been kind to stocks. We can see in the last, since 1950, can see how much April has been good to stocks. Past 20 years, past 10 years, and post-election years. So all in all, very good, very much on the green for April. July is another one to look for, and October and November as well. So that's very interesting. September is not a good time for stocks. You can see they all pretty much go down there. Yeah, so that's very interesting. April, July, October, November will be interesting to watch. Okay, next post. I'm going to comment very briefly on Open Door, ARC, and BlackBerry and all these other things. I believe they're a big distraction from what's about to happen, which is the gamma squeeze and the short squeeze of AMC and GameStop. I personally would not invest in these companies, not because they're not good companies, but because, again, they're taking away our focus from what is going to happen. If they take our revenue, our monies away from AMC and GameStop, well, they're going to prevent a squeeze, aren't they? They're going to not prevent it, but they're going to limit its potential. And in terms of BlackBerry and QNX, I've been following BlackBerry for at least 10 years. People have been saying this for a long time. Not that it's never going to happen, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over the longer period of time, at least 6 months to a year. So if you have patience to wait, that's fine. But do not lose sight of the fact AMC and GameStop are about to take off. Okay, there are reports that a large sell-off, unprecedented block trade sell-off has occurred. Wall Street banks ditch $19 billion worth of stocks. This includes institutions such as Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Okay, let's look at some more posts. We have a few more to go in WallStreetBets. Right, somebody had recommended Canoe Incorporated, a EV manufacturer in America. Personally, I think this is again a distraction from GME and AMC. This has to be under $10 if I'm considering it, and it's at $12. So no, it has to be below 10. And at the most, your money will double until maybe this is an SPAC. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would steer clear until the AMC GameStop story has been completed. This is a topic kind of near and dear to my heart. I love the box office, movie box office. Been tracking it since 94, 95, as early as I can remember, since Jurassic Park came out in 1993 or 94. I think it was 93. And it made, I think it was over 20 million at least. And that was a record at that time. So we can see that we're all the way back to those kinds of numbers. 20 million will be a huge opening. Nobody opened at 6.7 million. That was number one this weekend. Godzilla versus King Kong earned $121.8 million overseas. With the rollout of vaccines, etc., this weekend was one of the most robust. And I'm not surprised. I looked at a lot of showings for Godzilla versus Kong, and a lot of the shows were sold out for the opening night. I don't know if I've ever seen that in recent times for a movie to actually be sold out in various locations. So again, it's going to be released, Kong and Godzilla, or Godzilla Kong, this Wednesday, March 31st. And that's it. Yeah, this is great news for AMC. So that's why AMC is a great stock. So on WallStreetBets, speculation is running about regarding the sell-off. Over $30 billion in assets were sold over different companies. The rumor is they were forced to liquidate at least one highly leveraged hedge fund, Archegos Capital. They were trying to cover their losses, that's what it seems to be, last Friday on highly leveraged trades that got margin called on Friday by forcing them, Goldman Sachs forced them to sell billions. So some estimates are over 10 billion across the board. And again, the speculation is this is related to a stock that went down and then up over a 2-day period, most likely GameStop. Okay, so we're moving on. Gonna go to AMC stock subreddit after this. Goldman sold 10.5 billion of stocks in block trade spree. So there you go, from MSM Boomer Media. We're going to look at AMC stock and get to the nitty gritty. Here's a good post from AMC stock. How to prepare yourselves for the hedge effery. AMC is not a dead cat. So number one, media is against us. That's a given. Number two, divided and pair. They want us to be divided between AMC and GME and pit us against each other, and even divide us in other stocks, such as what we saw in WSB just earlier. Okay, next point. So point three is fear and greed. That's what that is. So don't be afraid when they attack us and short the stock, just hold. And then greed is, well, not being able to know what the roof is for this, what the ceiling is. Where is the rocket going to end? All right. Okay, next one is blindness. Blindness, they're trying to trade AMC and GME, manipulate them in the dark pool and hidden ETFs, things like that. Okay, next is Reddit. So what he's saying is they could crash Reddit again like they did in January. The question is, what do we do? They shut down. The question is, what do we do if they shut down Reddit? Where do we go? StockTwits is one place. Yahoo Finance comments is one place. Twitter, you have me on YouTube. BitChute's another one. Rumble. Places of free speech where you'll not be censored, like Gab. So that's about it. We're going to look at GME and close out the show for the weekend edition, weekend update. This is an interesting post. I didn't fully understand it, but anyway, he's saying, what is he saying? This has been going on since early October. He's talking about, I don't even know what he's talking about, to be honest. I'm just not that smart. We witnessed a huge shift in order strategy. SLPs are meant to be a good thing for the market. As always, there is room to misuse their positions as market makers to yet again screw over retail investors. Best part about this is when we see SLP's volume come through in TD, TOS, I don't know what that means, we can likely, with a reasonable degree of accuracy, predict price movements. So that's what he's saying. You can predict the price movement. And last note is why using a TA analysis, I think it's technical analysis on its own, is dangerous, as it doesn't know what's actually going on. Too long didn't read. The shorts are in a death spiral of borrowing to cover FTDs and using HFT trading tactics to cover the remaining FTDs that the borrowed shares could not. Whales are on our side, but are putting their effort into controlling buy and sell pressure on certain days to inflict maximum pain on the short option spread. So that's actually smart on the whale's part. The price action we are seeing is largely made up of HFTs, retail, the odd day trader, or two. So don't do that. Okay, this ain't financial advice, just an ape analyzing data and reading SEC filings. So this is a God tier DD flare given. So I'm not exactly sure. I have to read this over again. This did not compute. HFT stands for high frequency trader. They can jump the line by posting hide not slide orders instead of visible orders. This is because a hidden order will not be slidden, resetting the timestamp. If I placed an order at $120.01 for GME, they then place an order the same amount. I get my timestamp reset as I've placed a locked cross order, but the hidden order does not get their timestamp reset, essentially skipping the line. So this is a bread and butter tool when it comes to high frequency traders. Okay, add liquidity only. This is all very technical. He's saying here the ALO, add liquidity only, is a sell or buy wall that works in this way. It flips the safety switch if too much buy or sell pressure is applied. Ironically, the NYSE has tried to amend how these ALO orders work because they can be used for nefarious purposes, such as what Citadel did. Okay. And then lastly, it's SLP, supplemental liquidity providers. who can be a SLP, a market maker, and Citadel is an SLP. They're simple to understand. They are market participants that use high frequency trading to create high volume in order to add liquidity to the markets. This is all done to create tight spreads. I guess that's short laddering, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing here. They can artificially create liquidity through explosively crapping out volume through the use of HFT methods. This is important. Okay, it's important, but I don't get any of this. I'm just stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. He's saying there's a bombshell here. I don't even get it. So I'm just too stupid to understand this post. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm Apex investor, but I'm not the be all know it all. Uh, all I know is buy and hold. Okay, I'm just gonna end it there. So that's the end of that post. If you know what this is talking about, please explain it to me like I'm 5, because obviously I'm stupider than an ape. Like, when a post gets so technical like that, it just loses me. I'm completely lost. All I know is buy low and sell high. That's all I know. So I don't know what he's talking about. It sounds interesting, but I don't get it. So I apologize for that. This poster is saying what you're currently seeing on the tickers every day is not the real price of GME or AMC. The real price is buried under so much shorting pressure, short attacks, ETF shorting, naked shorting, etc., that lifting it would blow up the price to historical, unprecedented galactic levels. Well, that's what we call the short squeeze. The price is artificial. We've been saying that for a long time, and he's right. So you get the picture. Do they control the price? Uh, okay, just trying to filter through this. Okay, they have good fundamentals. Yeah, they're shorted more than 100%. A new wave of customer loyalty is growing. They're becoming the Chewy of video games, right? What is the finishing blow? It is definitely a catalyst that will come from GameStop side, uh, be it a new CFO, CEO announcement of the game plan moving forward. They already announced that. Dividend, or lenders recalling their shares to vote in the meeting taking place in June. The possibilities are endless. The only thing you should care about is not when it blows, but that you are on it when it blows up, that you have shares. It can be literally anything that comes from the GameStop side, fundamentally as a company. And my guess, it will revolve around the shareholder meeting in June, meaning we have about April, May, June, about 3 months, or give or take. So we're in this for the long haul. We got 3-4 months to go. Maybe the squeeze will happen before then, or maybe after then. It's hard to say, but we shouldn't put all our faith in a date. But just just keep the faith. Do not sell. What is the takeaway? You've made the best investment of your life. Feels good, no matter what. No matter how long it takes, remember the facts as I outlined above. Don't be emotionally attached to the current ticker. The price could be $60. It could be $400. The price is psychological. This is what they want us to believe. They can show you whatever price they want. They could show you a penny. They can show you zero. If it doesn't look like the mother of all short squeezes, then it is not, which is we're looking at 10,000, 100,000, a million. The only weapon you need throughout this is one thing. Wield it with you at all times. The only thing you need to constantly reassure yourself is that you placed your investment in the right place from all the fundamental angles, what the shorts hate. We have all the facts, the stats, the data, the DD. We have a lot. We have a ton of information. We have a significant amount. And now the equation is perfectly set up for the mother of all short squeezes. You need one thing and one thing only: patience. I agree with this. Patience will bring you there. Think of that guy who had thousands of Bitcoin for 60 cents. He didn't have the patience to see it through to today, where it's over 50,000 US per Bitcoin. The end is in sight, apes. GME is a company with incredible fundamentals due to its transformation. What shorts hate, so the catalyst will come. It will be sure to come from GameStop side. It will be beautiful to watch as we go to the moon. So be patient. It's coming. And my golden rule when you found your right stocks is hold till profit or bust. Good rule. Especially if you really believe in a company like Beyond Meat, Nintendo, Lucid, whatever it be. GameStop AMC to the moon. I would like to reiterate I'm not a financial advisor. Okay. And we have to read that spiel. And I'm also not the same thing. I'm not a financial advisor, expert. This is not financial advice. You just take it with a grain of salt and do what you want with it. It's my opinion. I cannot be held liable for what you do. If you make $1 million, I'm not liable for that. If you lose $1 million, I'm not liable for that either. But if I make a million, hey, I'm responsible for that. If I lose a million, I'm responsible for myself. So let's keep going. This is a pretty good post. It's called the potential Cohen kill shot. So this is the TLDR. GameStop can call a dividend, which will either be paid by shorts or cause the price to moon. That's scenario one. Number two, GME could call a stock split to incentivize mass buying pressure. That's scenario two. The third way they could die, Ryan Cohen could negotiate a buy price of the entire GameStop, which would force all shorts to close, giving him the right to buy the company for nothing or a profit if he sells his shares and take the company private after apes get paid. Whoa, that's huge. That's actually pretty big. I didn't even think about that. So I've seen a lot said about shareholders, about that meeting and its potential to cause the MOASS, the MOAS. I hope I don't get banned off YouTube for saying that. And even general, I'll call it the MOS. The MOS, yeah, the ghost with the MOS. And even general board discussions that can be made. Stock splits, dividends, share recall. What does it even mean? Well, here's my take on it. How I think GME Ryan Cohen could use any or should use all of the above to set up a multi-stage attack to hit the shorties right where it hurts. Were Ryan Cohen my client, I would advise him to do this. Let's hope their super expensive securities lawyers had this on their radar months ago. I hope so. I mean, they're not stupid. They have billions of dollars. Ryan Cohen is no spring chicken. What I do know, I'm an ape on the internet. Okay, let's wrap this up. Uh, okay, onto the DD. Let me just fast forward. This looks like a long post. He's saying wrap it up. So they're saying here, if the stock is over 100% short, who pays that amount? And the shares over 100% dividend out. Sorry, I can't speak English right now. You guessed it, shorties. So it's either, so if it's 200% over the float or 900%, whatever percent, they have to pay it out, the shorts. End of story. Okay. There's literally no downside for the board of GameStop to do this if they know they're over 100% shorted. Either the shorts pay the entire dividend, which the board likely reinvests into itself, and so does retail, or worst case scenario, it pays out 280 million, which, as we know, the majority of the apes would throw straight back in. What's better? If the shorts won't pay it, they have to buy back the stock. No choice, which would raise the share price of GME. Hold on a sec. I just realized. Okay, so which would raise the share price, and GME's institutions gain way more than the dividend from share price hike. Better than that, the stripping of cash from shorts if the float is shorted. Something ridiculous like 300% gain could cause the shorts to get margin called, affect members of the NSCC's clearing fund. Okay, I don't know what all of this means, but yeah, pretty much kick their asses. Okay, I don't get banned for that, but you know what I mean. Kick their butts, kick their donkeys, which is another word, ancient word is ass. So there you go. On to stock split. Okay, stock split. What will happen? The shorts have a 10 times increase in their short position. So do the longs. Every $1 price movement equates to $10 for the shorts, and their positions are amplified in the same manner. Okay. Cohen buys GameStop, the final nail in the coffin. Um, he needs 50% of the shares. Okay. All he needs to do is agree to a price with the new board of directors for the final 30% and take total control. If he negotiates with GameStop for their purchase and a price is agreed, guess what? Checkmate. MF. If this happens, if this was Ryan Cohen's goal, then all Lent shares will have to be recalled, every single one. Boom, they're dead. He can sell his 20% when this thing moons and not only pay nothing to acquire a $1 billion company, he'll actually make money while acquiring the whole thing and taking it private. I don't think that's going to happen, but he could do this. It's within his options to do. Okay, so that's it. Great post. I like how they broke it down. I mean, these things were theoretical, but they really gave us the real world kind of application to what the consequences would be, how it would look like, what it would sound like. Okay, this post is asking, okay, why is not Ryan Cohen, why is DFV holding his options and not selling them? Well, he's saying this poster believes the reason why DFV has chosen to hold these calls in order in order to use them to help push a rally over the top or as a defensive special power uh, to reverse to spark a reversal should things start going south. He is doing this purposefully, despite significant monetary loss, and he really wants the world to know it. So it sounds like he has an insurance plan for if his stock goes really bad, like goes south, maybe below $14. I don't know what his limit is, but probably under 20. That's what I'm thinking. I can't find this post, but this post references a huge post. It says here, uh, a meme by someone, instruction. I can't make that out. Thesis: short interest is upwards of 2,000%. GameStop is a 100 trillion bubble waiting to pop, and the DTCC is attempting to crash the entire market to socialize losses. Change my mind. So that's a thesis statement. And yeah, it is beautiful. Okay, 3 more posts to look at. Okay, we have a really good post here that makes sense of what has happened regarding Citadel. He is saying not that he's blaming retail investors, he's actually blaming us for what he knows is coming. He's saying it's happening, it's going to happen. He's trying to shape the narrative against the people because of the upcoming surge of GME and then AMC afterwards. But it confirms he knows the surge is coming. This squeeze, the mother of all short squeezes, is impending. It's inevitable. So that should, if that's not a vote of confidence, I don't know what is. Okay, we're looking at the last post. Let's close this video and this weekend update with this important advice from RGME. Precariously level is the user. Number 1, shut up. No, seriously, STFU. Your life will be hell on earth if you don't, meaning keep your lips sealed. Number 2, lawyer up. Put that stuff in trusts or whatever. Shield yourself from nuisance lawsuits, begging relatives, acquaintances, etc., from whatever else they can think of. Number 3, pay up. Put literally half away for taxes. Will your actual tax bill be that much? No. If you do number 4 properly, but your bum will be covered. So do number 4 properly means number up. Get the best CPA. You chartered something accountant, I think, you can find to reduce your tax exposure, both at the initial event and in the future. The best CFP advice, I don't know what that means, ever offered me was do nothing. Other than the 4 practical things above, don't do a thing. Change nothing until your brain gets over the crazy excitement stage. Don't buy a mansion or a Lamborghini. Don't bankroll a startup for the guy at the corner bar with the genius idea. If you did number 1 right, which is shut up, keep your lip sealed, you won't be bombarded with opportunities. Quietly settle debt, take care of your parents, whatever, on the down low, until your team has had the chance to educate you on how to live off your money, not just spend it. The number 5, bless up. Be grateful and humble. Help those truly in need. Make the world better. As we've seen from so many posts, apes won't have a problem with that. And that's great advice. You know, we should be thankful. We should pay it forward, you know, give to the poor, to the needy, to those in our community who really need the help. and will help themselves as a result, not just be a black hole of money and then, destroy themselves with it. But, may God give us the wisdom as to where to put that money, where it'll be more beneficial to the people we're going to help, and who identify who are those people who need the most help. Whether it's single mothers or orphans or the widows or the poor, uh, new immigrants who are refugees who are not welcome. They don't feel welcome, and they're just trying to survive. Homeless people, obviously, those are the poor. But this is great advice. We shouldn't publicize it and make a boasting about how much money we made off of whatever GME or AMC. We should keep that tight to the chest and, you know, keep it secret. And we also do our good deeds in secret too, and we'll be rewarded openly by our Creator, by our Father in heaven. So thank you very much for your time. You've been watching Apex Investor. This is the weekend update. Please like and subscribe to let YouTube know that what I'm presenting from Wall Street Bets, from AMC stock, and from RGME are the truth, and they're important, and these need to be spread to the public. I mean, anyone with a computer, like what I'm doing here, and recording it and a microphone can read these posts. Doesn't take two brains to do it, but I'm doing it because I feel it's important for the truth to get out regarding the situation, because the hedge funds and the short sellers can only get away with this for so long and take advantage of people for 3 decades and more of this, these trickeries they're doing, and, taking advantage of companies, not just taking advantage, but actually bringing them to bankruptcy. People are losing their jobs and their livelihoods, ending up on the street, some even to depression and ending their lives because of the hedge funds. Yeah, they're driving them to suicide. But we can make a difference, a positive difference in this world. And Wall Street Bets and this movement has shown that we're not here to just get rich. It's not the end goal. It's to make the world a better place, to save companies that are worth saving, that people go to find an outlet, to find an escape, to find their whatever joy it is, whether it's going to the movies with their family, watching, that family movie, or Godzilla versus King Kong, or getting that, latest Nintendo game, whatever it is, Zelda, Animal Crossing, whatever they're, Super Mario, and spend family time. Because for some people, that's how they do it with video games, and they bond over that, and they strengthen their family relationships with their friends, and it gives them, a break from the craziness in this world. So thank you again for your support, and I appreciate all of you, my viewers, subscribers. I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'm very humbled that you would even view my videos and watch them for, a second. So thank you very much. Looking forward to Monday very much. We'll see what happens this week. And like I said in the beginning with the meme stocks, we looked at where these stocks going to go. So I told you that already. Not going to repeat it again. But anyway, this is Apex Investor. I'm signing out, and we'll see you on Monday.